Glasgow. 2 clubs, 1 city. Total control. Celtic and Rangers haven't just dominated Scottish football. They've imprisoned it. But this isn't just another David versus Goliath story. This is about how an entire nation's sport got locked in a cycle so powerful that even Manchester United's legendary Alex Ferguson couldn't break it. The last time somebody outside of Glasgow won the league? Ferguson's Aberdeen in 1985. That's it. Think Premier League dominance is bad? Celtic and Rangers have won 109 out of 128 titles. That's not just dominance. That's a monopoly. Imagine if London's football was so powerful that Liverpool and Manchester simply stopped mattering. That's Scotland's reality. I think it's important to mention the league structure when talking about Scottish football, as it's not played like a normal league. It's more like a Netflix drama with a mid-season twist. 12 clubs, 33 matches. Then something unique happens. The league splits in 2. The top 6 clubs break away into their own mini-league. The bottom 6 do the same. Each club plays 5 more matches, but only against the clubs in their half of the split. It's like a playoff system built into the regular season. The champions have to earn their title against the other best clubs. The clubs fighting relegation battle it out amongst themselves. This system was designed to create maximum drama. In theory, it prevents clubs from cruising to the title against weaker opponents. It stops meaningless end-of-season matches. It gives every match significance. The top clubs have to prove themselves against their closest rivals. The bottom clubs get a fair fight for survival. But somehow, Celtic and Rangers have turned even this carefully balanced system into their own personal duopoly. They've made winning look inevitable in a system specifically designed to prevent inevitability. The roots of this dominance stretch back to the Industrial Revolution. Glasgow wasn't just Scotland's biggest city, it was one of the world's great industrial centers. Shipbuilding, steelworks, and heavy engineering drew thousands of workers to the city. These workers brought with them 2 things that would shape Scottish football forever: disposable income and a desperate need for entertainment. Celtic formed in 1888, founded by Irish immigrants looking to raise money for their community. Rangers, established in 1872, became associated with Protestant workers. The rivalry between them wasn't just sporting, it was religious, political, and cultural. This created something more powerful than just football clubs. They became institutions, identities, and ways of life. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. While other industrial cities declined, Celtic and Rangers figured out how to turn their massive fan bases into modern football businesses. While all Scottish clubs have great and loyal fan bases, today, Celtic Park and Ibrox regularly pack in over 50,000 fans. That's more than most Premier League stadiums. Celtic's revenue is more than the next 8 Scottish clubs combined. Rangers aren't that far behind. This creates a vicious cycle. More money means better players. Better players mean more success. More success means more money. The psychological barrier might be even harder to break than their financial advantage. Young Scottish players grow up dreaming of playing for one of the 2 Glasgow Giants. Promising talents at smaller clubs see them as the only path to success. Sponsors view them as the only viable partners. Some will point to Hearts, Hibernian, or Aberdeen as potential challengers. After all, Edinburgh is Scotland's capital, and Aberdeen is the country's oil capital. But here's the painful truth. Even these clubs' best seasons barely register as bumps in the Old Firm's road. The Old Firm is the rivalry between Celtic and Rangers, by the way. When Aberdeen won that title in 1985, they had the best manager in British football history, and oil money flowing through the city. Today, they're just another club hoping for 3rd place. Modern football has only made this worse. While the Old Firm might struggle to compete with Premier League riches, they're wealthy enough to dominate Scotland forever. Their European income, even from Europa League campaigns, dwarfs what other Scottish clubs can earn. Celtic alone earned more from European competitions in 2021 than some clubs earned in a decade. The revenue distribution structure, according to the SPFL, reinforces this. The Scottish Premiership's broadcast revenue is tiny compared to other leagues, but the distribution goes into the prize money, and the top two clubs get a much higher percentage of the pot. This means even if the league grows, the gap between Glasgow and the rest might actually widen. The split system, introduced to create more drama, has paradoxically reinforced their control. Those final 5 matches of the season, they've become a victory lap for the old firm. While the bottom 6 battle for survival, the top half of the split has become a predictable procession. So what are the solutions to this? Some have suggested breaking away to join English football. Others, they want a complete restructuring of Scottish football. I personally can't figure out a solution other than maybe some type of soft salary cap, but here is the uncomfortable truth. Any change big enough to break the old firm's dominance would probably destroy Scottish football as we know it. And that's maybe not a terrible thing. Maybe Scottish football does need a complete restructure, but I don't know. I can't imagine many people getting on board with a complete change in the way the league is set up. This leaves Scottish football in a fascinating but troubling position. The old firm's dominance makes the league predictable, but their rivalry makes it compelling. They're too big for Scotland, but perhaps too Scottish to exist anywhere else. Their dominance might be harmful to competitive balance, but without them, there might not be much of a league to balance. Think about what this means in practice. The split system gives other clubs more chances to challenge the old firm when it matters most. Teams like Hearts, Hibernian, and Aberdeen get extra games against Glasgow's Giants in the crucial final stretch. Yet, year after year, these additional opportunities for disruption just reinforce the status quo. It's as if the league created a perfect stage for revolution, only to watch the same rulers remain in power. The next time someone tells you Bayern Munich or Paris Saint-Germain makes their leagues boring, remember, somewhere in Scotland, 2 clubs from the same city have turned an entire country sport into a Glasgow derby that never ends. And they do it in a system specifically designed to prevent such dominance. What do you think? Can Scottish football ever break free from Glasgow's grip? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this type of content. Thank you guys.